Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about a very specific coverage, and this is mainly just for people in Michigan. So if you're not in Michigan, feel free to click off the video. It's probably not for you. There are some pretty major changes. If you guys haven't already watched my video about the Michigan Reform Act, there's some big changes coming July 1st. However, there are some, July 1st of 2020, there are some changes that are happening now that have actually taken place a lot of people don't know have happened. A couple things. One, the biggest thing you need to know right now today is look at who's on your current policy declarations page. If you are the only primary insured, and typically when you're married, you're both primary insured, then you are the only ones that have medical, unless they're blood relative family. So if there's family that are in the house, your son, daughter, and they're related to you, they're listed as drivers on your policy, or they're younger, if they're not old enough, they're not listed, that will typically, your unlimited medical in Michigan, the PIP, will cover into their coverages. If you have, let's just say, a roommate or a friend or a family member who's just visiting and staying, if they get injured in a car accident, regardless of faults, because Michigan's a no-fault state, they don't have medical insurance under your policy. They are now, this is the difference, is it used to be they were. So they would have their own medical, and if they didn't, it would default to you. But now it actually goes to the state of Michigan. Keep very mindful of those things, that's one major change. The other piece is something you should already be doing, but a lot of people aren't doing this. So when you're renting an apartment or you're living with someone, boyfriend, girlfriend situation, a lot of companies don't allow you to put separate people as named insureds. So just keep in mind, if you are okay with that, it's not a horrible coverage to go to the state. It's about $250,000 is the max medical that they can pay, but it's versus the unlimited medical. So there is a big difference in actual gap of coverage there. But in most cases, a lot of people do. I think the average is below 250. In most cases, it's not going to affect you if you're okay with taking that small risk. But also keep in mind, let's say I have an insurance policy. I'm living in 123 apartment number 2, right? And I'm living with my girlfriend. I'm married, by the way, but I'll tell my wife I'm living with my girlfriend, and she falls asleep and knocks a candle over. She's into candles, right? She knocks a candle over, burns the building down. She's not on my policy unless I've added her. So make sure you add them onto your insurance policy, your renters or your homeowner's insurance. Is that event typically covered? Yes, I have insurance, so the liability of my insurance is typically going to go at it. But also what they're going to do is, because I didn't list them on my policy, my insurance company could sue her. So because I didn't list her as a person that lives in the house, I didn't make them aware of that. By the way, I don't think it even costs anything to do that. I don't have her listed. She causes a fire. I have insurance. None of her stuff is covered because she's not on my policy. But also, they could sue her. My insurance could go after her because she's 100% liable. This actually has happened. There's been cases where people have had similar situations happen. Entire building burns down, and they get $1 million bill served in the hospital. I mean, it's like, here, we need this building fixed. Here's our lawsuit. You either pay this or we're going to sue you. We need to rebuild right now. That's our income, right? It's an unfortunate thing, and it's kind of impractical to do something like that, but it's happened, right? You can go Google the news, whatever. Those are the two main things. Is the medical for the auto has changed. So if you don't have someone listed on your policy, make sure you do. If they're not the primary, know that they don't have the medical the same as you. If you're with a company that does not allow them to be a primary, determine if that's even an issue. If some people it's not, and I'd say majority of people are okay with the 250,000. That'll be something that you can actually select down the road anyways come July. But those are things that are happening now. All right, guys, I hope this helped. If you're in Michigan, don't forget to share this with any friends or family that are also in Michigan. Otherwise, subscribe, like, all that stuff. I will see you guys in the next one.